What's good, YouTubers? NeoNexudus here, bringing you a video. I know it's been a while, but I've been waiting on the new cards from Fusion Enforcers, because there really wasn't next to anything in Raging Tempest that I wanted to pick up. But now I've got some cards that I wanted from Raging Tempest, and the main things I want from Fusion Enforcers. I thought I'd bring you a couple of deck profiles. So, yeah, this is my Fluffal deck profile. Yeah, Fluffals. I love this deck like so much. It is so much fun. Getting hit with a D barrier is not fun, but if you don't get hit with that D barrier, this deck is so good and has so much OTK potential. But it's not one of those like really bad OTKs. Like, this is quite fun. I suppose bad is in the opinion of the person who's getting whooped, but. So yeah, like, this is my Fluffal deck profile, so let's get into it before I drift off on any other further things. We're playing triple Fluffal Doge. When it's normal and special, you get to search your deck for one Fluffal monster or one Edge Imp Sabers. This card is the Stratos of the deck, hashtag #FreeMyNiggaStratos. It's so good, and you have to play 3. Like, a less than 3 and you're just bad. We've got triple Fluffal Pingu. Triple Newts. This guy, when fused for a fusion summon and sent to the graveyard, you can draw 2, discard 1, so it's sort of like a mini Graceful Charity. It's good for pitching your Fluffals and Edge Imps into the graveyard for fusion. Also, when this card's on the field, you can activate its effect to special summon 1 Fluffal monster from your hand. I believe it's just Fluffal. Yeah, special summon 1 Fluffal. So yeah. Plus it's a water, which is really nice, but unfortunately I don't own Toad. I tried to get Toad at the weekend, but people wouldn't trade me Toad, so this ain't the Bahamut Shark build, as much as I'd like to build it. Then we've got 3 of the most important cards in the deck. 3 Fluffal Bearsy Bear. Shame he didn't get a super rare reprint in Fusion Enforcers. Really sad about that. But Bear, you can send him from your hand to the graveyard once per turn to set a toy vendor from your deck to the field, and you can also normal summon him or special summon him, or just have him on the field in general, and you tribute him and add a poly back from the graveyard. So good. Love Bear. Then you're playing its partner in crime, 3 Fluffal Wings. The Wings Bear toy vendor is just nutty. Like, you just get so much advantage with this deck. Like, I've had to pitch cards in my interface because I've got too many cards in my hand. But it's what makes a good fusion deck, I suppose. Obviously, you know Wings that you can banish itself and a Fluffal to draw a card, and then you can send Toy Vendor, if you have it face up, to draw another card, and then Toy Vendor will trigger adding you a Fluffal or an Edge Imp Sabers. Then we just play the 1 Fluffal Owl. Owl I used to think was really bad, but now I think it's really good. Like, you have to run at least 1 Owl, at least until we get what's it called, Frightful Patchwork, which we're still waiting on. Really annoyed it didn't come out in this set. But yeah, like, you can only activate 1 effective Owl per turn. You can pay 500 life points and fuse with monsters on your hand or your field, so it's like a poly, or when it's summoned, you can add a poly from your deck to your hand, so it's just really good. Then we run 3 Edge Imp Chain. When it's sent to the graveyard from the hand or field, you get to add a Frightfur card from your deck to your hand. Works really well with Frightfur Patchwork when we get it, but for now we just got Frightfur Fusion. I mean, you can run Frightfur Factory, but I'm personally not at this point in time. Also, if it attacks, you can add another Edge Imp Chain from your deck to your hand. So, not that you'd want to do that much. Then we've got 1 Edge Imp Sabers, or Edge Imp Scissors. So, what this guy does, when it's in the graveyard, you can put 1 card on top of your deck to special summon out the graveyard. I believe that's once per turn. Yeah, once per turn. And it has to come out in defense. So it's nice recurable. We just play the 1 because we really don't need more than 1. Alright, it's used for some of our most powerful ones, but we can get to it. Especially if we're running triple of this guy, King of the Swamp. Because we don't have Frightful Patchwork, we're running King of the Swamp to get us to our polys. Plus it acts as a fusion substitute monster, so it can always act as Edge Imp Sabers or Chain. but one thing it can't do is act as any one fusion material, like generically, like if, for instance, Fright Fur Saber-Tooth says, one Fright Fur fusion monster plus one or more Fluffal or Edge Imp monsters. It cannot activate as any of those materials because it doesn't act as a name. This can only act as a name. So, and I'll play one Garnet because we're playing Brilliant Fusion. Shout outs to DZeef. I watched some of his videos, and running Brilliant Fusion in this deck, I was like, oh my god, why am I not running this? It's amazing. So yeah, that's the monsters. How many monsters are running? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. About 21 monsters. So that's a pretty decent number. And you sift through this deck like nobody's business. You rarely break. Onto the spells and the one trap. Run triple Brilliant Fusion for that one Garnet. You send Fluffal Wings and Garnet to the graveyard. And then you like summon Dog and search out Bear, and then you pitch Bear to get Toy Vendor, and then you flip up Toy Vendor. If you have something like, I don't know, Chain in hand or something like that, you can pitch that off Toy Vendor if you want, but most of the time you're just going to be going Banish Wings, Banish Bear, send Toy Vendor to the graveyard, draw a card, draw another card, and search. It's just so good. So yeah, that's triple Brilliant Fusion. Plus Wrath Knight's nice to get us our double summon. Play triple Toy Vendor. Amazingly broke card in this deck. Like this card is just amazing. I really hope that like if Fluffals end up taking off at some point, like in the next 6 months, because you know the whole link ruling, I'll be making a video on that. But yeah, if they like do anything in the next 6 months or so, I hope Konami don't hit this card because it's just so good. We're running triple Poly, of course, nice alternate art from the Fusion Enforcers pack. We need Poly, everyone knows what Poly does. You fuse your monsters from your hand or your field. We run 3 Fright Fur Fusion, you can activate 1 per turn. Like I said, we don't have Fright Fur Patchwork, so this is your 3 targets to search in the main deck from Edge Imp Chain. I just want to run as many fusion spells as possible. I mean, occasionally you can brick them, but you can always send it off Toy Vendor or pitch it for Twin Twisters. But yeah, this is like your Miracle Fusion. You can banish cards in your graveyard to fusion something out of the extra deck. As long as it's a Fright Fur, of course. Then we play 2 Fusion Recovery because 3 would be too many. It adds you back a Poly from your graveyard and 1 Fluffal monster. Oh, sorry, not 1 Fluffal monster, sorry. Sorry. It adds you 1 Poly back from your graveyard and 1 monster that was used as a fusion material. I don't know, like, I may bump it up to 3, but I think 2's fine. There's been a couple of situations where I wanted 3, but I think 2's fine for now. Fusion Recovery is just so good, gets you back your resources, and we fuse like crazy in this deck, so it's nearly always live. Play 2 Foolish Burial Goods, probably like the most expensive card in the deck, even though it's only a tenner. You send Toy Vendor to the graveyard to get a plus, or a break even, technically. So you send Toy Vendor, add a dog, add a owl, add a Edge Imp Sabers, you know, just consistency. Then we play 2 Twin Twisters, or I like to call it Titty Twisters, spend trap removal, and then 1 Vanity's Emptiness, because if you can make a big fusion board and Vanities, they're not doing shit. So, yeah, on to the extra deck. Right, I've got this in reverse order. Okay, so starting with the Exceeds, okay. We've got 1 Hope Harbingress to negate spells. I'll tell you how we go into that in a minute. I'll play 1 Castel because you can make rank 4s in this deck. So Castel's a pretty good one. Same with the Utopia package, Utopia and Utopia Lightning, because you can make rank 4s. You don't do it that often. 1 Seraph Knight for the Brilliant Fusion. Just the 1 Fright Fur Wolfie for OTKs. It gets to attack for as many fusion materials as you use to fusion it, which is really good. Yeah. We run 2 Fright Fur Sheep. Like, I sometimes teeter between like 2 wolf or 2 sheep, but like I want to run 2 sheep at the moment. It's better in Zodiac format. Like, you fuse into sheep, they pop it with Trident without actually reading, and it's like, okay, I'll bring it back. You know, it's got 800 extra attack points. I'm going to run over your Trident. So, yeah. The sheep's just really good versus Zoo. Obviously, if they drop a Whiptail, then you're in trouble, but, like, you know, there'd be the breaks. This is a tier 1.5-tier 2 deck. It's mainly for fun, but it can have the potential to do well. So sheep's really broke. Sheep can only come back once per turn though. Then we run triple Fright Fur Tiger, rare, amazing card. It requires 1 Edge Imp Sabers plus 1 or more Fluffal monsters. Yeah, 1 or more Fluffal monsters. And you get to pop as many cards on the field as fusion materials that you will use for it. So you fuse into this first, and like use like 3 or more materials, depending how ballsy you are. I usually just use like 2 to 3, and then like select those cards and pop them. Plus it gives all your Fright Furs an attack point boost. It gives them an extra 200 for each Fluffal and Fright Fur monster on the field. So that's really, really good. And I just read that's all fusion monsters. No, all Fright Fur monsters. It'll be a bit too broke. So yeah, all Fright Fur fusion monsters gain 200 for each Fluffal or Fright Fur on the field. So he comes out at a base 22, which is pretty respectable considering he can pop 3 cards. Well, he pops a minimum of 2 cards when he comes out. So I think that's really good. Just briefly backtracking, sheep requires 1 Edge Imp Saber, 1 Edge Imp Chain, and 1 Fluffal monster. And wolf requires 1 Edge Imp Sabers plus 1 or more Fluffal monsters. So Sabers is like the predominant one that is used, but since we're running King of the Swamp, you know, and he is like the only recurable Fright Fur, Edge Imp. Then I'll run double Kraken. Kraken is like so good. It's a double attacker. Requires 1 Edge Imp monster and 1 Fluffal monster. It can attack twice. After its attack, it goes into defense position. So it's on 22 attack, 3 KRs, and once per turn you can target 1 card your opponent, 1 monster your opponent controls, send it to the graveyard. Don't destroy, but it can't attack. But this card can't attack directly that turn. So if they got a field full of monsters, you can go, alright, so that thing can't be destroyed by card effects, I'll send that to the graveyard, I'll attack your other 2, and then I'll attack you directly with my other fusions. So, like, Kraken is just so good. Then we got 2 Fright Fur Saber-Tooth. Oh my god, Saber-Tooth is bae. Saber-Tooth is, like, so bae. If you fuse it with 3 or more materials, it can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects, and it gives all your Fright Furs an extra Fright Fur monster game 400. So he comes out on a base 28. Combine that with Tiger, and that's a base 31. So that's base 31 that can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. That can run over a Blue Eyes. You know, obviously the more things you've got on the field, the stronger he's going to be. So this is just like really good. And when you fuse into him, you can target 1 Fright Fur in your graveyard and special summon it. So you go Saber-Tooth, can bring back obviously another Saber-Tooth, or it can bring back Kraken, and I think, yeah, Kraken, and then you overlay those 2 for Hope Harbinger. So that's how you make number 38 Hope Harbinger, just either with another Saber-Tooth or a Kraken. You can bring back your other Fright Furs, and obviously, you know, the attack boosts and stuff still happen. But obviously things like Fright Fur Tiger won't trigger, but Sheep still does. So it's nice having it's nice bringing out this if they got rid of your Sheep. Like go fuse into this. This card is destroyed by battle card effects. Bring back Sheep. Sheep gains an extra 400. crush it into something, take a little bit of damage. She comes back 800 stronger, plus the 400 from this. So it comes out on 32 just between the pair, and that's like fucking phenomenal. If you get sheep, fucking tiger, and this, I mean, just kiss your opponent's monsters goodbye. So yeah, I have a lot of fun playing Fluffals. This is like my first list. I've got a list in mind with a couple of other cards that I want to play. Obviously I want to play the Hump Shot version if I can get my hand on Toad. Because obviously you can then go Instant Fusion, bring out Norden bring back Penguin, overlay Bahamut Shark, detach special summon Tree Toad. That's really cool. Plus with the Instant Fusion you can summon that sheep and go into Fright for Saber-Tooth. Easier. So I don't know, I'm going to continue tweaking this build, but I'm happy with the way it is at the moment. So hope you all enjoyed this video. Hope I didn't ramble on too much. Leave me a like, comment and a subscribe, and I'll catch you all later. NeoNexudus signing out. Peace.